In this video we are going to grind our opponents out with an Abzan control deck. We use the new cards Nissa, Kaya and White Sun's Twilight as our main win conditions and have a bunch of board wipes, removal and card draw to control the game. For a full deck tech you can skip to the Decktech chapter at the end of the video. Hope you enjoy today's games and I see you guys soon.
The energy of battle, then guide it like water. Run away. You'll be safer. Guards, to me! We must protect the people. got new moves to teach you.
Protect you, Phyrexia, until the invasion, our strength multiplies.
Strike fast and strike hard.
Beside us.
May your blade strike true.
Our strength multiplies.
Remember your training.
beside us.
Let your blade do the talking.
Welcome, my companion.
Show them how we greet our enemies.
Fight beside us.
May your blade strike true. am the Emperor of Kamigawa, and I will protect my people. We must protect the people.
I've killed many who deserve death. Now I'll protect those who deserve them. Who's next?
Try not to miss me.
Let me get a read on the situation.
I've learned much during my travels. Let me show you. Let your blade do the talking.
That's just a start.
Keep watch for intruders.
Gotta think on my feet.
See you later. Let your blade do the talking. I am the Emperor of Kamigawa, and I will protect my people. Remember your training.
Let me get a read on the situation.
Keep watch for intruders.
First you, then your ghost.
Still have much to learn. Guards, to me!
It's what you deserve. I'm gonna have to work for this win. I've done my research. Our gambit didn't pay off.
This ends today. We can win this together. your eyes sharp. Show them the edge of your blade!
This through to the end. Who's next?
I'll handle this one. You started this fight, but I'm going to end it. May your blade strike true.
That's just a start.
Keep your eyes sharp. Let your blade do the talking.
What's up guys, it's mtgmad for you, back with another video, and today we're going into the ladder with an Abzan control list that I built. So, you know, a few days ago this season reset, so currently I'm in platinum rank, but I'm climbing to diamond with this very deck and I'm having pretty good results. And I really like this archetype of Abzan, and I think Abzan control is in a pretty good place right now, because black is the best color right now in standard, and then you have really fantastic removal from white. We also got some new planeswalkers that fit into this color combination, and green provides, you know, some spice, so to say, some recursion that you know, makes the stack stick together and give you some just a really nice control deck. So we're gonna go through this deck one by one and explain every card in detail. So the idea of this deck is we have really good removal from white and black, and then green provides us actually with just basically 3 cards in the form of a single copy of Shigeki Jukai Visionary. So Shigeki is this creature from Kamigawa Neon Dynasty, which has this channel ability that lets you get cards back from graveyard back to your hand, and this way you can, you know, recur the cards you spend over and over. And if you combine Shigeki with cards like Soul Transfer that lets you get a creature from a graveyard back to your hand, or also Gix's Command, which also lets you get creatures back from your graveyard, you can basically infinitely recycle cards from a graveyard, because Shigeki can get Gix's Command and Soul Transfer back from your graveyard alongside other cards, and then you can use the Gix's Command and Soul Transfer to get the Shigeki back, or you can even use the single copy of Takenuma Ben Meyer we have in the deck to also get Shigeki back. So this is one thing, or like one way how we use green in the deck. And the second way is just a single copy of Nissa Ascended Animist, new planeswalker from phyrexia level 1. And she's also one of our main win conditions. As a one-off in a deck that has the ability to recur her should she go to the graveyard, she's absolutely amazing, because she can grow a huge board of Phyrexian horrors by herself and also destroy artifacts and enchantments, which comes in very, very handy. So these are the two like spells we have in green, and then also we run a single copy of Boseiju, which is our last card in the deck that can be considered a green spell, and it actually needs green mana. And then the rest of the deck is really an Ordos controller. So let's just put this aside here for a moment and focus on the rest of the deck. So we run a bunch of removal and card draw to answer any threat our opponents could present, and we're just starting at the left here. We have 3 copies of Cut Down because aggro is very prevalent in the meta. And when we get at 2 mana, we have card draw, life gain, and removal. So we have 4 copies of Reckoner Backbuster. Obviously, in Abzan it's a little harder to draw cards, so we take every good card draw spell that we can get, and Reckoner Backbuster is one of the best, well, colorless card draw options in Standard. 4 copies of that. Then we have 3 copies of Sunset Reverie. That's also great against aggro decks, gives us blockers, can cycle, and most importantly, it gains us life, which is actually important for our second card draw deck, card draw card in the deck, which I come to in a moment. Then we have a single copy of Go for the Throat and a single copy of Shearer's Edict. Now, the cool thing about this deck is that because we have this recursion with Shigeki, we can actually really spread out our removal spells, make them really diverse, because this is a best of 1 deck. And then if we need the same removal spell like Shearer's Edict more than 1 time, we can just recur it with Shigeki. And you know, this gives the deck a really diverse way of answering all kinds of threats. And Shearer's Edict is nice against Planeswalkers, and it's also nice against creatures that don't want to be directly targeted. For example, creatures that have ward abilities, and then Go for the Throat. It's just a really nice 2 mana removal spell against most threats. And this is the 2 mana slot. Then let's actually rearrange the cards again. At 3 mana we also have a bunch of removal, and most importantly our second form of card draw. Let's start with the card draw. We have 3 copies of Phyrexia Arena, and this is also a new card from Phyrexia 1, a reprint that really makes sure this deck sticks together, because just 4 copies of Reckoner Bankbuster would not be enough for card draw. But Phyrexia Arena can come down as early as turn 3 and really give you so much card advantage over the course of the game. And also the cool thing is, because we run Bankbusters and Phyrexia Arena, so we have pretty consistently artifacts and enchantments on the board, Soul Transfer becomes a real value play, because oftentimes you can get, you know, a Shigeki back from the graveyard or a Planeswalker, and also exile a creature or Planeswalker from an opponent, so that's really neat. Then we run 3 copies of Path of Peril as our low to the ground board wipe. At 3 mana we can destroy all creatures with mana value 2 or less, but then later in the game we can also pay 6 mana to just straight up destroy all creatures. Really nice flexible spell, and one of many board wipes in the deck that makes sure that we can control the board at all times. And then 3 mana we also got 3 copies of Vanish into Eternity. I've really come to appreciate this card for its flexibility. This is mostly in here for Planeswalker removal, right? For 3 mana, instant speed, you can just exile any Planeswalker your opponent has. And then you also have the flexibility, you can also exile any artifact or enchantment, which is, for example, nice against the Mindsplicer Apparatus deck that runs the route occasionally. Or, you know, there's so many artifacts and enchantments in the meta that is always handy. And if needed, we can also just pay 6 mana and also exile a creature. So Vanish into Eternity, just a fantastic spell. At 4 mana, we have our second board wipe, which is 3 copies of Depopulate. Can just destroy all creatures for 4 mana. Real nice. And then run 3 copies of the Wandering Emperor, which is also a win condition, but it's mostly here to, you know, stabilize in the early game, give us some board presence, exile our opponent's creatures. Just a proven fantastic card. At 5 mana we run a single copy of Gix's Command, which can be used to recur our Shigeki. And apart from that, it's also just a flexible conditional board wipe, and if you got like a big horror from Nissa on the board, we can also give it 2/1/1 counters and lifelink for a turn and, you know, gain some life back. So a single copy of Geek's Combi because it goes a long way, as does a single copy of Farewell, which is another board wipe we have in the deck, just one copy, right? Probably the best board wipe in the game, and a single copy is enough in this deck because we have so many other removal spells, and if we need more than one copy, we got Shigeki to recur it. And then these last cards here at the 7 mana slot are our win conditions mostly. Got a single copy of Nissa, as already talked about, produces huge Phyrexian horrors. Then against control decks, we got a single copy of Kai Intangible Slayer, where this card is fantastic because it got hexproof. It can just drain your opponent. The life gain is nice because we have Phyrexian Arena that drains us for 1 life every turn, so we want to have ways in the deck to regain some life. But then Kaya can also draw cards and exile creatures or enchantments for opponent. The exile creature is especially nice, for example, if your opponent plays a Traxxas, right? You exile their Traxxas and then you get your own 1/1 Traxxas with its enter the battlefield effect. Really fantastic stuff. And then we have a single copy of White Sun's Twilight. Yet another way to gain a bunch of life, but it's also win condition, right? It's another board wipe that gives us some toxic mites with which you can finish the game. And that's the deck. I had some really good results with this deck in Platinum, and I'm gonna use it to climb up onto Diamond. So hope you guys enjoyed today's games, and I see you guys soon.